Okay, so you're looking at the three levels here of these citation signals or flags. We have positive, caution, and negative. Let me show you where to find them. So normally when you're reading a case, you'll find it up near the title of the case. So as I'm reading Jesperson, I see it has a yellow flag. I can largely ignore that. All that means is that a later case looked at it and chose not to decide it. And here we have a case from the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, a different case that chose not to follow this case. That does not affect the weight of this case within the Ninth Circuit. So I can just largely ignore yellow cases. Here's what it looks like in Jesperson. It's still kind of yellow here, just means it was questioned, but this doesn't give me pause at all. I'm just going to keep reading. Now, if I'm doing my research and I find something like this Cassidy case, it has the red flag here. And in Lexis, it's also red, but it's a little stop symbol here. So what I have to do here is I need to read what case created this yellow flag. So over here in the Shepard's area on Lexis, I can just click on why is there a warning, and it's telling me that this case here, McCormick versus Carrier from the Michigan Supreme Court from 2010, stated that my case I'm looking at, Cassidy, was superseded by statute, and that's explained here in this McCormick case. All right, so then that means I probably can't use the part of Cassidy that affects this serious impairment of body function definition, because there's a new definition in the statute. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, well, that is the part I wanted to use, therefore I cannot use Cassidy anymore. So if you click on the case, it actually takes you to that section where it's talking about it. Now it's very similar in Westlaw, but in Westlaw I'd click up here on the flag, and then it will take me to basically that same section that you just saw in Lexis. Okay, so here they're saying that this DeFranco case kind of did the same thing, and so it modified Cassidy versus McGovern. So we would read that and determine that Cassidy is no longer good law, largely for the same reason if we were to actually read this and take the time to do that. It's interesting that that same case that Lexis cited, that McCormick case, is down the list here quite a bit. And here it is right here. So Lexis and Westlaw are going to approach this differently, but they will both lead you to case law that proves or says, what caused the red flag, that Cassidy is no longer good law for that one definition. Okay, so be sure you do this for every single case before you submit the document, because what happens often is you'll write the brief or the document over a period of 3 or 4 weeks. Well, what if a case just came out? You want to make sure that nothing that recently came out affected your document. The same goes for in the practice of law. We use a lot of forms. We use a lot of old briefs and memos and kind of adapt them to the new client situation. So you definitely want to make sure that all of those cases are still good law. Okay, see you in the book.